Assalamu alaikum all. I hope you are fine, enjoying your life, being the best out of yourself. Today we're going to talk about what is the purpose of return in any programming language, especially in JavaScript. So it has two purposes. First one is it provides the final value when the function is executed, and the second one is it ends the function there. So we have a function here and it is returning the print variable. So what is the value of the print variable? It is started preparing meal. So when we would execute this meal function, we would actually be having this value, right? And the second purpose is any code written after this return, it won't be executed because it says unreachable code detected. So when we would print this function, actually its value, the value it is returning, that would be printed, and that value is started preparing meal. We can execute this. You can see that started preparing meal. So I hope that the general idea of a return is clear to you now. We have another code here comprised of the functions and the promises, right? So what does this code do? It first says started preparing meal, and after 3 seconds it says meal is ready, and soon after that it says started preparing tea, and after 1 second it says tea is ready. So we have a function meal here and a function tea here. First of all, the function meal would print out started preparing meal as we have here, and then it would return promise 1 actually. And this is the promise one. If you don't know about what are the promises, you can ping me out in the comment section, but this video is very much confined to the return, the purpose of the return, so we would keep it to that. So I'm executing a mail function here. What it would do, it would first print out this starting preparing meal, and after that it would return promise 1. To execute the promise 1, I would use dot then notation here, right? And if I don't have return here and I try to execute it, it would says it would say, why are you using dot then here? There is nothing like a promise here, so why are you using dot then here? That's why if I use this, now it means that it is actually a promise now. Its value is a promise now, so we can use dot then here. And you can see that after executing the promise, we would have a value, and we are printing out that value, and then after we are returning the function t. Actually it's called the chaining the promises, and we would cover it in a promise video if it is asked to, right? Okay, so I hope that the return is very much clear to you now. We can have another example. I have a website here, e-commerce website. You can see that I can click on this ID to add the item in the cart. We can add multiple items here, right? And we can remove them. So if I try to add the same item again in the cart, I would have alert, this item is already added to the cart, and the item won't be added to the cart. Why? Because of this block. It says that if the name is already in the cart, then give an alert, the item is already to the cart, and return. This means that the remaining code in the function won't be executed if I don't have return here. What would it do? I would add an item to the cart and I would try to add the same item again. It would give me an alert, this item is already added to the cart. Despite that, it would add the item to the cart because the remaining code would be executed, and I don't want to do that. I want that after giving an alert, it must be stopped there. So that's why I'm using return here. So I hope that the both of the purposes are very much clear to you now, and I have shown the real life examples when we use a return. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Any kind of questions, I used actually DOM here. So if you want to have a video about DOM, you can ping me out in the comment section. If you want a detailed video on promises, you can ping me out, or any kind of issues you have, you can just ping me out, and I would surely try to reach you out.